Raise your hand if you've got your Patty license. Well, then come on in. It's time to watch boxing at the Atlantis. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend?
Eddie Hall, the Beast. Not sure anyone hits harder than the world's strongest man, a title he won in 2017. His hometown is Newcastle, UK. Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of...
And this one has all of those big... And there's the bell for round 1. The courage on display here is incredible. Which fighter will say no mas? Good counter punch. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
Can you imagine walking into this time, walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear you. Being in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Nice counter. Both men step back for just a moment. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And the world's strongest man is staggered. True champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Bing days now.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Big Eddie Hall took a big shot. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every...
And there's the bell to start round 2. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's putting down walls. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Looks like he's going to try and bait his opponent here. We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin standing up to that shot.
I need to see... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Oh, wait a minute. Look at the big fella get rocked. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Nice counter shot. Oh, total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Eddie Hall in that last round.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
And there's the bell for round 3. And there's the bell to start the round. Nice counter shot. Stamina is off the charts. Misses with the straight left. And he misses with that straight left. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Good punch. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Perfect. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
I'm Todd Grisham, and welcome inside the Lighthouse Theater, and what a night it's going to be. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got this?
Terrence. Sugar Ray Leonard. He, of course, won world titles in 5 different weight classes, including the undisputed What a pleasure to be in this. We're expecting an all-action slugfest. Nice counter shot. Misses with the jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He threw a punch and just got countered. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Well done with that counter shot. All the seats have been taken in this unique setting. What an event it will be here tonight.
This is that place you want to say, I fought there, I've been there, and now we are here.
Nice counter shot. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
How about that time counter shot? Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? The straight right just misses. That right uppercut misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout. Here we go. It's round 2. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Fighter believes in me. Anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
You're fighting a counter punch and you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punches, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
That punch scores. Jab doesn't quite connect. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like he... The bell rings and we start the third. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time He throws a punch. A receipt is coming right back. Good counter punching. Insane action. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. And he scores with the counter. The jab can't find a home. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When are we going to see a jab from these two? They block the uppercut. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
Needs a knockout without...
On to the fourth we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Punch, counter punch. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Right uppercut can't find a home. They threw the hook. It didn't land. Good counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
There's a counter shot. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace, you can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A lot of effort being exerted here. That uppercut doesn't land. It's all offense all the time. They exchange punches. A perfect counter shot. Those counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. So much sugar right. There's the bell to start round 6. That 1-minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Counter punch caught him clean. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way, and they'll get so up.
Down goes Sugar Ray Leonard. And it's a one-hitter winner. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Catch and shoot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Leonard in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw. Can make Round 7, here we go. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
His stamina is off the charts. Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Beautiful counter punch. Nice counter. A perfect counter lands. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Beautiful counter shot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on. Round 8, and we're off again. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. The stamina is off the charts. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood card. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Just misses with that jab. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. That counter shot lands. Nice counter punch. One punch could change everything in this battle. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Some might have thought the fight a little bit closer, but the judges are in agreement. A unanimous decision win.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight. What a style. What a pace. To get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.
you doing? Come on, switch on, switch on. You've been coasting this fight, and now you've let him back into it. Now it's a tough...
Let's do it.
this fight. I need you to switch back on.
Do your business.
That's it, you're winning the round. Nothing stupid. Listen, you've switched off. What you doing? I need you to focus on what you're doing. Right, let's get out there, get your boxing back together. Listen, be smart when you go out there. Just take the...
Let's fight.
completely. Get your mind back on the job. That's a terrible round that is.
Back.
All right, let's reset. Switch stance. Okay, focus, focus. Big, deep breaths. Big, deep breaths. Calm yourself down. Calm yourself back. Come on, breathe, breathe.
Let's go.
You're better than that. You've done all your work all the way through camp. I need you to go back.
And back.
switching off. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off. Now it's a tougher fight. He's got to be confident. You've got to take that confidence away.
Let's fight. One, two, three, four, five. Come to me.
Keep embarrassing him. Come on. He's trying to play to the ground. Just keep embarrassing him.
What a beautiful day for a fight. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a
It's Roy Jones. Sugar Ray Leonard, an undisputed welterweight.
This bout,
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score. We're expecting an all-action slugfest. Good counter punch. Swing and a miss with that hook. How about that time counter shot? That counter punch caught him clean. The straight right just misses. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter. The straight right just misses. A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
Todd, this is something you could never, ever get used to. How many gyms are built outside? How many times do we train, spar, and everything outside? Now you're having a fight outside. This is where fighters may gas themselves out. This is where the environment may make so much of a difference. You may not realize it, but watch when the rounds roll on.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good defense with that left jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well done with that counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't...
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? He threw a punch and just got countered. When you're fighting a counter-puncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
A perfect counter lands. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Just misses with that jab. That counter shot lands. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Trying to score with a jab. Just missed with that hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. On to the third. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Right hook catching air. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The straight right just misses. There's a counter shot. Quick punch scores. Counter punching. Nice counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. Jab doesn't quite connect. They exchange punches. Nice job by him to block that jab. Beautiful counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. They got the momentum. They got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? And there's the bell to start round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Catch and shoot. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Punch, counter punch. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. And he scores with the counter. Beautiful counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter punch right up the middle. When are we going to see a jab from these two? You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Perfect counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that despite what the judges' scorecards read. There are no losers in this one. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. After what we saw in that last round. Time for the 5th round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. hurts. I mean, you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Nice counter shot. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Nice counter punch. That hook just can't find the target. And he misses with that jab. His stamina is off the charts. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something. There's the bell for round 6. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
That hook was off target. How about that time counter shot? What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than have to.
Can't score with that jab. Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And he scores with the counter. The stamina is off the charts. The stamina is off the charts. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Leonard in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym. Round 7, here we go. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
A perfect counter shot. The straight right just misses. Beautiful counter punch. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. And he just misses with that jab. And he scores despite what the judges' scorecards read. There are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come back together. And we enter the 8th round. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
You're a power puncher. You're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Catch and shoot. Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. He threw a punch and just got countered. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart. Smarts, that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.